I saw a video years ago where someone was saying that Black Americans don't have a formative narrative. So I took it upon myself to try to create one. Not saying it's perfect. Culture is built in community, not from Urban Dictionary. So if you have moved your child from the city to the suburbs or from the country to the city, if you have removed them from their culture, from their community, that can be forming their values. It is possible that your child can be racially Black instead of culturally Black, even though they have ancestry that was enslaved in the US, because sometimes when people move their children out of that environment, they don't actively still teach them their culture. That's why you have all these people now teaching their children how to play spades and how to line dance before they go to a HBCU, because were y'all not being Black before then? Oh, okay. A culture's formative narrative is the core story or set of stories that significantly shape a culture's identity, values, and understanding of itself, often rooted in historical events, myths, or legends that help establish the foundational beliefs and practices of a community. Of course, we have to add this in because of the position of Black Americans in the world. Other people, sometimes even our skin folk, have the unnecessary need to point out things that are part of Black American culture that are not unique to us. That doesn't seem to happen in regard to other cultures, despite a lot of us sharing commonalities, knowing that we can still have a strong culture even if other people do eat and say these things as well. So for example, Jamaicans are allowed to have curry chicken as a part of their culture, even though the influence comes from India. And when we talk about curry chicken, nobody is continually reminding Jamaicans, oh, well, it came from India, so we don't have to do that here. Part of the Black American formative narrative is a shared history, enslavement and displacement, also a fight for equality. That fight for equality is through protests, civil disobedience, legal challenges, and mass organizing. If we go to core values next, understand that not everything has to be practiced in order to be a value of the community as a whole. That will make sense later. One core value is resilience and perseverance. Another core value is community and collective uplift. It takes a village, mutual aid, mentorship. Another core value is faith and spirituality. This is what I was talking about earlier. Just because you are atheist, agnostic, or something else doesn't mean in the history of Black Americans since we came here that faith and spirituality that doesn't mean it's not a core value of our community as a whole. It might not be a core value to you as an individual, and that is fine, but it is a value that has carried us through the decades. Some more core values are self-determination and empowerment, and creativity and innovation. We also have pride in heritage and identity, celebrating our African roots, justice and resistance, oral tradition and storytelling, and joy and celebration. We can combine joy and celebration with humor as survival. With the recent trend of us being like, oh, they got Black people in Scotland, we use a lot of hyperbole, which people take literally. We're not serious all the time. And let's add respect for ancestors and elders, which again, in the past 5 to 10 years, this has been changing. But also, this is also because people aren't raising their children to be Black, because they're removing them from the communities and then not being active parents where they're teaching them what they learned, what the parent learned as a child. We have education as liberation. That's why when I either meet someone in real life, a non-Black American, or watch these TikTok videos and people say that Black Americans don't value education, I can tell that they have never spent a large amount of time in a Black American household, not talking about being coworkers, not talking about being in public spaces, not talking about being fake friends with Black Americans. I'm talking about genuine friends, being at people's house, meeting their family, because our generational ancestors, our generational elders, they wanted us to go to school. So it is very important in our culture. Style and swag as self-expression, loyalty and solidarity, radical hope, and future, I don't know how to say that word, futurity. We have legacy and forward motion, Black power being the antithesis of Wahite supremacy. If you do not grow up culturally Black, or if with all of us growing up in this Wahite supremacist society, you get infiltrated, like your brain gets infiltrated by the systems that you exist within. So it takes a strong person to break hold of the chains of this kind of system that we grew up in. So yes, you can be culturally black, but also dabble in white supremacy. But as a culture, we do strive to be the antithesis to that. I'll end saying a big part of Black American culture is survival, resistance, resilience, and influence. Let me know what you think. Again, this is not meant to be perfect. I just took a stab at it. Let me know what are your thoughts on the Black American formative narrative.